Hi guys, in today's class we'll learn about Google Colab, right? Google Colab is a web-based application or web-based product which is launched by Google Research Lab, right? And it is specifically very much beneficial for those guys who want to learn data science and all those things related to data, machine learning, deep learning, all those things. So initial stage you can it is very much useful for you guys, right? And if you want to upgrade those things, suppose you are going for a development purpose, then you require more resources. For that reason it might not be sufficient, then you need to upgrade to Google Pro, Colab Pro, right? So before going to Google Colab, let's know what is Google Colab first, right? Google Colab, if you see here, Google Colab, right? Okay, what is Google Colab, right? Here. So Colab, in a full form, it is known as Colaboratory, right? It is a product from Google Research, as I already told you, and it allows you to write and execute Python code through the browser. So it is a browser-based application, right? And if you want to open this thing, Google Colab, simply you can click on it, and the one thing you need to have a Gmail account or Google account so that you can have access to this collaboratory application, right? So just click on it. Now it will open a collaboratory, right? Okay, so now if you want to create a new notebook, then just click a new notebook. Because of my poor bandwidth, it is taking time. Now we have this Colab notebook, right? Suppose I am opening here my drive, right? It is directly linked to our drive, right? Suppose this is my account, and if I open the drive, you can see there is a Google Colab notebook, right? And under this there must be one file. Sorry, why there is no such file? 1 minute. Okay, let me change this name, my notebook, right? Then save it. Okay, I'm saving it. It's saved. Yes, now you can see I'm getting this file in my Google Drive, right? So there is a direct link between your Google Drive and your Google Colab. This linkage will give you some kind of benefit, like you can put your data here and access your data there in your here in your notebook, right? So that suppose you are having a data set of 3 GB, right? Every time it is not a good thing to import those data to the Google Colab notebook, and once you close this notebook, then it will automatically vanish. Again, next time suppose you trying to execute some code, you want to again import those things. So this importing taking some bandwidth and also time, right? So it is better to keep all your data into your Google Drive and try to execute your notebook from those data which is present in your drive, right? So for okay, so now if you want to, this is a simple, if you have learned the if you have familiar with Jupyter notebook, it is the same kind of notebook, only this is a Colab notebook, right? Suppose I am writing here Python, no, it's not Python, print, you know, Python print command to print the statement, print something which is put in as a string inside. Hi, right? You can see, oh my god, it is taking too much time. Okay, now you can see I am getting the print statement. Suppose I want to import pandas as PD. So now you can see it is imported. Similarly, if you want to get the data from your drive, okay, suppose this is my drive, right? This is my drive, and let me have, so here I am keeping one data, my CSV, and I want to keep this data into my Google Drive. and want to execute and want to perform some kind of operation over this data, right? For this reason, first I need to mount my drive to the notebook, right? So this reason I need a function. The function name is drive. Sorry, not function, object, or you can call a class whose name is drive. This is present for in google.colab import drive, right? Once I am able to get the drive, then drive has a method known as mount, right? Drive has a method whose name is mount, and inside this you need to give the default path. The default path to your Google Drive is content, then drive. Okay, drive means your Google Drive. Now if you execute, it will ask the permission to get into the drive. So here it is a link. Just open this link. Now you can see it is asking permission. Just click on it. Now sign in, because already password is given. So it is, now this is your kind of what is it asking? This is your authorization code. Okay, just copy this code and paste it inside this block and press enter. Now it will take some time and it will mount your Google Drive to this notebook, right? Okay, now suppose I am printing your ls. Ls is a kind of Linux command which is available in notebook. So here you can see I am getting a drive, right? And now the thing is, okay, this is my drive and I want to access this data, right? I want to access this data. Getting my point? So this data, this which is present inside my drive location. Then how to access this data? To access this data, first of all I want to convert this data to a pandas data frame. Okay, so pd dot read underscore csv, right? And let it be put in a df. Then you need to give the location of the data present, and the location of data present is this is my default location, and after that you need to put the main drive. Main drive means this is my main drive, Google Drive. This is the space of main drive, right? Okay, main drive. Then what is the file name? The file name is mine.csv. Mine.csv. Then execute. Now it is executed. That means now this data frame is built upon the CSV file which is present in my Google Drive, right? And if you want df, suppose I am printing df, you can see here I am getting all those data frame value, right? So this is the way you can you can communicate to your Google Drive through this Colab notebook. And this Colab notebook, Colab platform will provide you with some certain kind of limited resources. If I am not wrong, around 12 GB or 30 GB disk drive provided by this Colab free version. And if you want to upgrade this, okay, so here manage session video search. Okay, now you can click on it. You can see here, okay, something RAM size is, I am not sure, but RAM size is somehow between 12 GB, right? And there is also a limited disk space, and this RAM size and disk space, suppose due to the heavy compression, if it exceed this value limitation, then there will be a problem and you will get disconnected. And if you want to if you want more resource, then you can upgrade to Google Colab Pro, which will give you more resource, right? And if you want to see the resource provided by the Google Colab, you can write scat, then pro, then CPU info, right? So by this way you will get info about your CPU which is provided by Google Colab, right? Okay guys, so this is all about today's lecture. So if you want such kind of video, just please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.